What's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. This video is entitled She's Fine, but She's Empty. And what I mean by that is she's beautiful on the outside, but she's lacking in mind, body and soul in some ways. You know, I know body is different because she's fine, but I get into that. Guys have had this experience. I've had this experience. You meet a woman and she's fine, at least fine to you, okay? And because she's fine, she's overlooked being the best person she can be mentally. So she's fine, but her conversation sucks. Or the things that she wants to talk about are really uninteresting. Trivial. You know, this is why sometimes men are dismissive of women, because we feel like intellectually we're like in two different stratospheres. Excuse me. And there are women who know what I'm talking about. There are men who know what I'm talking about, because it's different when you date somebody who's intelligent. And when you meet a woman that's fine, you're as a man, you're attracted to her physicality, but her conversation is going to let you know if you're going to keep her around or not. And a lot of time when she's fine and her mind is empty, she becomes annoying. You know, you just want to have sex with her to shut up, you know, because it's nothing there. It's nothing upstairs. And it's not the fact that it's nothing upstairs all the time. Sometimes it's the fact that they don't want to put anything upstairs, or they think what they're thinking about actually means a lot. And what I mean by that is this. Solo TV had a video critiquing a young lady talking about dating. And she was, you know, women have this thing with overthinking. But when they overthink and they say it to men, it's like, you don't want to, we're out eating and you're concerned with if grease falls on your clothes, so we can't actually talk about anything. So you're sitting there doing this shit, trying to make sure your hair and your outfit is okay, and I'm fine, but I'm pretty. But we was talking about cryptocurrency. We were talking about history and life or spirituality, but you just, but aren't I pretty? Oh God, I told you it's pretty when I picked you up. This is stupid. You know, it's not stupid because if I don't want to make a fool out of myself by doing all of this stupid shit, saying I'm pretty, and so I can look like I'm smart and intelligent when I'm saying absolutely nothing, and I'm losing my mind right in front of you and thinking I'm not. You know, part of these arguments with feminism and men and women's different experiences in life, it's not that men can't empathize with women. It's just that y'all really don't. Some of the things that y'all talking about are trivial and silly, and you put too much emphasis on trivial matters as if they're gonna act. If you fix something trivial, it'll change the scope of life itself, and it's like, no. I mean, even if you got what you wanted in that situation, what is it gonna change long term? Nothing but your feelings in that moment. So she'll be fine physically, but she's empty mentally, and it's a turn off. You know, when it comes to she's fine, but she's empty. She has an empty body. What I mean by that is, you meet these women who are beautiful, fine, dimes, whatever, and since they're an empty vessel, right? but their sexuality is their one trick pony. That's all they are is sexuality. So their body is just empty because no matter how they slice it, when they lose the body, they lose everything. You know, that's the conversation that you have with these women about, you know, what are you bringing to the table? I gave you my body. Because your mind is empty and your spirit is empty. Your body is empty too. That was just a moment of pleasure. And why I say it's an empty body, because some of these women are not skip wife material. They're not mother material, so you don't necessarily want to have children with them. So it's just sex. So her body is just it's a tool, just like the man's penis is a tool for a vagina. It's just, you know, hump, you know. And once it's over, you're separate because there's nothing left. There's nothing left once the orgasm is over because your body is empty. And the problem with that is, you know your body is empty because you've had this experience with numerous guys. You feel like these guys are using you for your body, which you can say that. But you're not asking the question, if your body's not making them stay, why haven't you worked on the other things? Because the other things would actually make them stay. You know, and I've seen these women, these like, you know, the Amber Rose types who were young and hot, and they become MILFs, and then they become cougars, and then they become elderly women, and they have this glazed over lost look in their face because they've never worked on anything but their body. They've never worked beyond that. Never. And they realize they've wasted their whole lives as just a body. Nothing of substance behind it. Now, the last one is the soul part. Mind, body, and soul. She's fine, but she's an empty soul. You know. Because I don't know why, but I've met more and more women who are rebellious to right. You know, if something is the right thing to do, they're rebellious to it. You know, they're okay using people. They're okay manipulating. They're okay getting over on somebody. They're okay with being entitled to something that they're not entitled to. Feeling entitled to something that they're not entitled to. They're okay with wanting you to do everything for them and doing nothing for you in return. No reciprocity whatsoever. But they fine, right? And, you know, that's how you wind up being a pretty person, but you're ugly. Because your soul is ugly. And hiding behind your pretty face and your pretty body can only get you so far in the door. And it's like, I don't like you. I don't like who you are as a human being. I like that you're physically beautiful, but the person, the soul that you have, I don't like your soul. Your soul is detrimental. And because your soul is empty, you know, and I've seen that craze look in a lot of women's eyes, you know, that, and they think that shit's cute and fun. I'm crazy. I'll cut up your car, your tires. I'll burn down your house. Isn't that cute? No, it's not. I'll lie on you and call the police and say you did something to me. Aren't I sexy? No, you're not. You're trifling as hell. And then, unfortunately, not adding up the idea that, you know, You can't go around being detrimental to people and not have that come back on you, or not be completely exiled and isolated because nobody wants to deal with that. And that's why you see a lot of fine women. Why are you? That's the question. Why are you still single? And then people say, she got to be crazy. Either she's stupid, she's just everybody's little fuck toy. I tried to say it in a nicer way. I did. I was thinking, but I couldn't come up with anything. Or they're gonna say she crazy, but she fine though. So if you want to get your rocks off, you call it because she fine. But if you want to have a conversation, you're not gonna call her. If you want to have a real relationship where two people care about each other and do for each other, you're not gonna call her because she's empty. And unfortunately, a lot of these women, and early on, they get, because women's sexual value comes at such a younger age, that they don't, by the time they grow into the understanding of femininity and womanhood and life and karma, they've dug themselves a big hole that they probably can never get out of. And guess what they rely on to get them out of the hole of life? Being fine. I done a lot of dirt, but I'm still so fine that I could probably get somebody to pull me out of this. No, you can't. A leopard can't change his spots. Because once you get on to relying on your looks for everything and you're empty, you're empty. And unfortunately, been around enough fine women to know it doesn't matter how much you fill them up. It's like they got a hole in that empty space. And until they plug it, their emptiness will never get filled. Until they want something different for themselves, no matter what you do for them, it'll never work. So, in my opinion, there's a lot of women out there fine, but when y'all ladies want to know what's up, a lot of y'all empty. So, it is what it is. And, by the way, before I finish this, all of this ain't men's fault. Okay? I know some of y'all go, but men. No. If you're empty as an adult, you have to fix your emptiness. That's not men's responsibility. Men might not have even taught you to be empty. You might have been taught this emptiness and looks things from women completely, but then you're mad because men don't operate with empty very well. You have to bring something to the table. The glass have to be half full, not just an empty glass with us. So, before y'all go on that tangent, I just had to put that in there. We out. Peace.